training.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we go ahead and call the meeting to order then.
Agenda.
Okay.
There you are. All right, perfect.
Okay, roll call. Director Leach,
I'm here.
Director Moran.
Present.
Thank you.
Do we have any public comments?
We have no one in the building or on Zoom, and we received nothing via email.
Awesome. Go ahead and end public comments and move to really our only item here, just a discussion item. Just wanted to take a look at the any updates as far as progress on the strategic plan, and just kind of set a regular, just kind of taking a look at the plan and kind of seeing where we're at.
Okay.
Rachel?
Yeah, I'll jump in. We had facilities meeting this morning, so regarding Community Health and Wellness Center, pretty much everything is in some level of progress. Building C is waiting for, obviously, Building A to essentially kind of be done, because that's going to be a bigger project. So we're working on all the ADA compliances. Obviously, the last board meeting, we talked a lot about that. Building A, as far as the demonstration kitchen, we meet with the Encinitas Design Group tomorrow out there. They have all of the conceptual drawings from Taylor Design. So we're meeting to just talk about their next step. That's not a problem. Building B, which is the Arch 5 group, they're already starting to put together some options for that. So as far as the renovation priorities, that's all in progress. Regarding programming, that's probably the best part. Teresa, do you want to go ahead and talk about the new option that showed up with the folks today?
Yeah, so we had a meeting today, and I'm not gonna get the name right. It's an Association of Hispanic Nurses of San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they reached out to us, and they have a little curriculum that's part of a grant. They received to do not only CPR training, you know, opioid information and awareness, Narcan training, but the great part of their program that I haven't seen before is a communication aspect. So in addition to having those, you know, like kind of like hands-on tools, they're also going to be working with people like on how to initiate a conversation with someone that's having a difficult time in their life, maybe related to drugs, maybe other things, and then how to continue that conversation and how you can support someone without being, you know, judgmental, coming across judgmental. So it's kind of sounds like a really neat program. So we're looking at 2 dates to offer it in July during the day, and then compared to a weekend. And it will be available in English and in Spanish, which is great because we haven't been able to do, it's a little harder to do the CPR and the Narcan trainings that we do with our existing partners in Spanish. So.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be.
Awesome.
Yeah, something great, and they want to continue offering that to us. We'll see how it goes, you know, these first couple of times, but that could be an ongoing program.
And what's great about that is obviously that hits 2 of our priorities, which was a lot of the CPR training, as well as the whole opioid awareness education. And the fact is that this nurse group has the curriculum already built out, and they're already funded by the county, right? Or is it a state grant?
No, I think it might be from the American Heart Association, if I understood correctly.
Even better. So that comes with the credentials from that association. And again, this is a good example of agencies and entities outside coming to us saying, we see you got this great thing. How can we offer this to your community? So that was a huge little boon.
Yes.
So we're excited about that one. We've done some additional CPR training and AED training with the grantees So we've done 2 different cycles with that one
With
now.
the grantees, yeah. We just did one for the community where we partnered with the Chamber of Commerce. We had a really good turnout. We had 21 people there. And usually there's like a note, you know, some people don't show up. So we had 40 people actually registered for it and 21 came. So, and with that, we invited the community to bring their AED and that they would get training on their own device, which I always let the public know is available. But in this case, it was Chamber of Commerce business, you know, the idea was businesses in town. And so we had a couple of people bring their AEDs. And we're kind of building like the layers slowly, you know, in this program. So what we've added in and asked when Mary Murphy is doing the training to include is a little partnership with an organization to make, or a referral to an organization to make sure all these AEDs are rescue ready. Because it's one thing to have it in your building. It's another thing, are the batteries good? Are the pads good? Did somebody hear it beeping and take the battery out and stick it in a drawer and nobody knew? That happens a lot. So if we can support and have a resource for organizations that can help them with those. And we found that through our health district association. So ACHD has a partner. And so we're referring them via Heart Project. They're a nonprofit, and for a reasonable fee, they can help them to make sure that these AEDs stay rescue ready. So that's something that we've added, also making sure that all these AEDs are on pulse point, which is how you would find it in an emergency. If something happened and you're looking for where the closest AED is, that's where you would find it. But again, if it's not registered there, then people may not realize there's 2 doors down, especially when talking about the businesses.
Yeah.
And so we have another class coming up next month that includes pool safety as well. So it's geared more towards grandparents and families that have pools. So it'll focus on drowning.
Awesome.
Yeah, so those are some of the main programming priorities. The fitness programming, we're waiting for the first cohort of the chair yoga program that we're sponsoring. We're waiting for her results to come in just to kind of see how that has worked, to make sure that if we're going to offer it again, that we're going to be able to see positive outcomes come out of that. We also just finalized an agreement with the Fallbrook Land Conservancy to do 4 wellness walks a year out at the preserves, where it will be a staffed guided tour of the preserve, so that groups who may be coming from our lifestyle change programs or other folks who may not feel comfortable going out to a preserve on their own can sign up to go on one of these wellness walks, where there's going to be folks from the Land Conservancy to help walk them through the preserve, know how to use it, know what to look for, go at a different pace, really kind of ease folks into using our local resources. So we're excited to see that one. I think we're still trying to figure out the first date and such. So that's ready to
Good deal.
launch. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
That one
that sounds
should-
like a great partnership for sure.
Yeah, and it's very inexpensive. We did sign a small amount, I think it's $3,000 for the year. And that way we can make sure that the resource conservation, or the Land Conservancy, has the ability to make sure that it is staffed and ready for participants to be on it. So that's an easy agreement to have made possible. And that is pretty much all of our immediate short-term priorities. The other 2 are still more conversation level. Community health contracts, the grants, moving district house services to multi-year format. Obviously, we've already started that with Michelle's Place and Palomar. Some of the stuff we're doing with food pantry. So we're still looking at that. But we've got a process now. We know what to move forward on some of those. Potential funding for clinical services, still waiting to see what Tri-City may do with UCSD. They have to figure out their process before they can talk to us really. I did have, and I believe I've already mentioned this, but I'll reiterate. I had a meeting with the folks from the Palomar Health Medical Group. They came up and we met, and they had this idea that the district would be interested in another urgent care, but only if it was in the main village area. We let them know that we're actually more interested in making sure we have something along the 76 corridor, so the southern end of our district has more access. So they were gonna go back and relook at their numbers and come back and see what could potentially be an option. So again, both of those potential partners we're just on holding patterns with them. But we're just continuing conversations. 3 to 5 year priorities. Obviously, there's really not much going on there because we're still working on the short terms, but really that's about it. I mean, that's a lot going on for short-term priorities.
For sure. Awesome. Barbara, do you have any comments or anything as far as the plan and the execution so far?
I think we're doing great. I just applaud the staff, keeping up with everything that's going on. Just coming from a projected risk management mindset. In the event of some kind of an IT or, media shutdown, internet, whatever, the grid, how could we prepare to get our message out or communicate? Do we have anything that we're considering as a backup plan if we have to go from, something, now what do we do? Because the internet's not working?
Telegraph.
Cans with strings on them, drums, I don't know.
If the full internet goes down, we all got bigger problems, but
Right.
as far as something smaller, if the district building was to have a problem, we talked about this briefly in facilities. We are moving the district to a full cloud-based
Okay,
server instead of having our hard server in the building. That way, if we do experience a power area that's localized, we do have an internet challenge that is localized, the district would be able to work remotely. Most of the staff is already able to connect. So that's part of our disaster prep, as well as just overall effective management of our resources. More and more of the world is that way. We don't need to have a physical server in the room anymore. Cloud services are more than sufficient for what we need. So, I mean, that's our backup plan. I mean, if the whole internet goes down and the whole grid goes down,
well,
it's survival of the fittest,
You're
but
hearing different places in the United States having their internet go out and having these grid failures, and I'm sure California is primed for some point in the future to have a whooping occur, but we'll just have to wait and see. I feel very confident because we're behind Camp Pendleton, and I think that's a kind of maybe it's an imaginary protective cloud, but the fact is that their communications and their systems and their ability to move forward with their operations would certainly give us kind of a safety barrier because we're in their backyard.
okay.
We'll just keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just hope everything goes well for the summer and we don't have any, prolonged extensions and interruptions. There's a lot going on down in San Diego. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll just wait and see with the mayor and all of the plans that we're having.
And we should, Bill, I know that you haven't asked it yet, but I'm gonna hopefully preempt you here. We aren't really ready, obviously, to be a cooling center because the building, A is still under full renovation, but the air conditioning in all the buildings is more than enough. They're all new. So that as programming is happening and it is hot outside, we don't have to worry about those systems, breaking down this year like they did last summer.
Yeah.
So just a note, we're working on that. And then obviously, once building A's demonstration kitchen and all that is put into place, once the solar is all finalized, then we can really investigate what it takes for battery backup and or generator backup in order to become a cooling center. So I know we didn't specifically talk about that in that first part of the priorities, but that is still on the agenda. It is something we are still watching, but we got to get these other pieces done first.
Right.
Understood. Yeah, well, I think you guys are doing an amazing job kind of getting stuff rolling. Obviously, there's a lot of construction based tasks that are kind of going on right now that are kind of holding up some of that stuff. But I just wanted to have the meeting just to kind of set up a routine to kind of look at the strategic plan and kind of you know, make sure that our eyes are on it and that we're all kind of moving in the same direction. I would like, hope, I mean, I don't think we have anything on the agenda for next month. Maybe we could meet in August and maybe October in this year, if that works for everybody. And then I think that now with us having a set strategic plan and kind of getting some momentum towards those tasks, I think next year I'd like to just kind of get to just regular quarterly meetings on this committee if, you know, if everything works out. I hate to waste everybody's time like sitting here discussing stuff that we could kind of hash out some of the things in the board meeting. But I did want to kind of set up a routine that this committee is more of, we're just kind of reviewing the plan. You know, obviously, like we're not trying to update the strategic plan every month or meeting. We had a lot of work in kind of putting that together, and I just want to kind of get to the point where these committee meetings are just, you know, just checking in and seeing where we're at on everything and seeing if there's anything that you know, maybe it's a question if it's a strategic priority or if it's not, or, you know, those type of discussions. But I appreciate the way that everything's going and, you know, tons of stuff happening. So I appreciate everyone's time and for everyone coming in on, yeah, a holiday today for sure. So I appreciate that. Hopefully everybody, if you drive towards Temecula, you get a little bit of a break here today, I hope.
Yeah.
Break. So, yeah,
Well,
I mean, I made it to LA this morning in like an hour 15 maybe. So
That's impressive.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully, you know. So
Bill,
that's it for me.
how do you feel about, and this came up, Mike had actually asked a question about reviewing the grant impact reports. And I know we've been still trying to find a home for it. Would you be open to moving the quarterly impact reports into the strategic planning meeting, moving quarterly? Because that would follow along with that. And then that way you guys can kind of be that additional set of eyeballs on it besides just staff.
I think that would be great. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, I think that would be a good use of our time to kind of just look at those. That way, at least we have one committee that's kind of looking at it quarterly, and it's not just one huge report at the end of the year or whatever. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, great. It's perfect because the August meeting will have just gotten all the final July reports from this current fiscal year that's ending. So that's actually good timing for us to bring those forward, have them be reviewed, accepted, and then the first set of actual reports, I think, come in November for the next section. So that way there's at least a cycle to be able to put them forward. The fact that they do them online, it's easy for Raquel, downloads them. We can put them into the packet, a little easier to read that way as well.
Great. Does that work for you, Barbara?
Works for me. I think it's a great idea. It's a good use of our resources and our time.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good deal. well, unless, anyone else has any other comments or, concerns, really, that's it for me.
Okay,
That's it for us.
stay safe.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, I hope everyone has a good drive home and, enjoy the rest of your week.
Sounds good. You too, Bill.
Take
Thanks.
care.
Bye-bye,
All right.
drive
See
safe.
you later.
Bye-bye.